Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. My name Bishop Bullwacker, from the First Church, nothing but the truth. Deacon Kyle, Deacon George, Deacon Clay, open the door, let us turn loose. First, I want to thank God for the blood running warm in my veins. That's all right. Thank God for my life, health, and strength. I got a sound mind, I'm not insane. Come on, come on. I ain't gonna preach too long. I ain't gonna take the service too far. My sermon this morning, hell to the no, no, no. Come on, come on. Hell no, 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 no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen. Sister Elder, Sister Ruth, y'all just make sure that everybody get a seat. Sister Lily may go in the kitchen, cause when I get through I need to eat. Come on! Fix me collard greens and cornbread rice, chicken breast tails on the side. That's alright. You can make my dark truck ready, cause when I get through I need to ride. And make a big rob, count the money, come back, tell me what you raised. I got some people, they looking for some blessings, but now God gotta get the praise. Woo! There's an old man, when the praises go up, you get the blessing coming down. Yeah, I got people in the church house, and they still messing around. Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen.
Hell to the yeah, to the yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? What's so damn funny? That's right, it's Thursday night, and you know what goes down every Thursday night right here at rmconair.com. That's right. What's so damn funny? What's up, my studio guest in the house?
What's up?
Got Miss Krista. What's so damn sexy, hot and steamy? She let you know what it do and what it don't do, and what you want to do and what you wish you could do. Okay. But anyway, and we got Mr. D Millitown. I call him Mr. D. Daryl, come on in the house with us. We
is here.
Holla at your girl. Holla at your girl.
Man. You are everywhere.
Man, I'm everywhere where I want to be.
Yeah, hosting stages and hosting radio and everything.
Because I wasn't in church last Sunday. I'm just saying I wanted to be, but I wasn't. Yeah. But I'm working on that. I'm working on it. Man, we are honored to have you in the house as a special guest.
Thank you for
tonight. Glad to see you back in the city because you had left for a while, right?
Yeah. I went to Alabama. I went through a bad... Man, I had like the perfect storm of bad stuff. Was it 2008? Yeah, I went in for a divorce. And then all of a sudden, George Bush said, the economy has crashed. And it's like, I signed the paperwork. That means I ain't got nothing.
That's cold.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I just lost my lucrative position. And so I had to go back to Alabama to regroup because I had property out there. And it's like, it was free and clear. So it's like, okay, I'll just live off the land for a while.
Man, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and I had to regroup and come back.
Man, but I know you be doing your thing, dude. I mean, like...
But that alimony will crush your thing. I don't believe in paying a grown-up for the time that you had in a relationship that didn't work. Because that was my time, too. Where's my money?
Get paid.
Where's my compensation? My time didn't work. Your time didn't work. That's why I got to pay.
That's when you should have came up with our theme song. Hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
I did, but she had a better lawyer that said, no, nigga, you're paying. You're paying.
Oh, man, Daryl, listen, you got to get, like me, when I do mine, I said, look, no prenups, none of that. Just give me my shit back. In the event it don't work, get my shit back.
Well, I got my underwear.
Well, my dude thought I was joking.
She got the shirt off my back, but I kept my underwear.
Hey, my dude thought I was joking. I was like, boo, you're going to need to unstrap that leg. Like, yeah. No, that was my Kaiser Permanente. They bought that leg. And no, he hopped his ass up in there. He can hop his ass out.
I think she got my medical insurance, too. See, and California is supposed to be a 50-50 state, but somebody didn't take the right math class because the decimal was moved to the wrong part on me.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, I got raped.
Man. Well, you're a well-known comedian. You've done a lot of stuff. You've got a lot of stuff on your record, on your resume, and I just want you to tell us a little bit about your start and where you got started at. I mean, you've always been one of my favorites. Huh? In the womb?
I got started in the nutsack. I got started in the scrotum.
Wow.
You know, and I outswam the rest of the little, the swimmers, and I made it to the human hood. And
Damn.
yeah, because there was a whole lot of us in the race.
Man,
A lot of us didn't make it.
he was special.
Yeah, I had a whole lot of.
They don't even realize
They
how
don't think-
special. Yeah.
The people that kill themselves, you got to be out of your mind to kill yourself. You beat millions of other sperms in a race, so you could kill yourself. Some of them other sperms would have said, no, I'm shoot. I want life.
Let me have it.
Yeah, let me out of here.
Man, I'm just saying, I get that because I feel like I started in the womb too. I came out kicking jokes. Like, really? They slapping on me. Like, what the hell you slapping me for?
Doctor slapped me. I took a swing at him, but he was quick. I had an Asian doctor. They told me that. I said, I didn't
They
stand a
pulled me out
chance.
at the house. Come on.
Oh, you lucky.
Ah.
I had the cord around my neck.
Oh,
It
man,
was
you
like,
really
no,
struggled
gag
with
him,
that.
gag him. Shut him up.
Get him.
Before he starts running his mouth. Choke
Man,
him
so
off.
after that, where did your comedy career? Because I know you've been on like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
A lot.
Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you've been on.
Well, the cool part when I got into comedy, I got in late 1988. I saw Robin Harris. Somebody had said that there was this funny comedian named Robin Harris who was down at the Comedy Act Theater, and the name Robin at that time, the only Robin I knew was from Batman. So I knew girls who were Robin. So I knew I wasn't going to go to a comedy club and see a white boy with a mask and a gold cape on. So it's like, okay, it's got to be a girl. So I went down there, and there's this big chubby black sweating brother with bug eyes who was the funniest dude I'd ever seen in my life. And I had seen Richard Pryor in like a giant concert. So the intimacy of Robin Harris was amazing. There was just electricity in the room, and I was so glad that I got late and I sat in the back because I saw him do something I'd never seen another comedian do, and I'd been at the Comedy Store and all that other stuff, and I was a big fan of comedy. He got off the stage and started walking through the audience bagging. The way we used to bag like in high school.
Wow.
It's like, okay, this is a different kind of comedy. This ain't the, smiling white guy. Hey, how's everybody doing? No, this dude was like on it like street comedy. And it's like, okay.
The hood shit.
Yeah, I said, okay.
The real stuff.
It's going to be hard, but I could do this. I could do this. And I remember the first time I actually did the Comedy Act Theater, I started comedy, and I called them up, and I said, hey, I'm a comedian. I want to come do this show. And they said, okay, come on down next Thursday. And I had only been on stage twice.
Wow.
And I thought, and I was ignorant and stupid, like a lot of people are about comedy, that if you say, I can do it, and I'd done it twice, and I was fine. The first couple of times I was fine, so now I'm at the Comedy Act Theater. The place is packed. I mean, you had like all kind of. I remember Denzel was there that night. Wesley Snipes was there. You had basketball players from the Lakers. I think Worthy was there that night. Tyson might have been there. If not, Henry Tillman was there. There were boxers. There were basketball players. There was actors. Place was completely packed. Robin went up and wrecked. Then he brought up Martin Lawrence, who still did not have Def Jam yet. He didn't have the Martin Show yet, but he had already done What's Happening Now. And he was funny, because he's Martin. He was funny. This was like 1988. And then they brought me up. And it's like, are you kidding me? So I went up and I'm doing like, yeah, my act. I'll be fine. And the Crickets came out before me. They said, this dude only didn't do a comedy twice, man. He ain't. Robin had been doing it 12 years. Martin had probably been doing it like 7 or 8. And I'd only been on stage twice. Wow. So you have to wait until the light goes off. In the back of the room, you see the light. And they say, well, don't go off until the light goes on. And so I'm sitting there. And don't
go off until you got to stay?
Yeah, you must stay and do your time. Damn. So I'm dying. And, I got a couple of laughs here and there when I first came out, but then they realized this nigga ain't no comedian. He a comic. He got a couple of jokes, but he ain't no comedian like them last two brothers. And so when I got off, Robin ripped me a new asshole, and I remember I was with the first wife who raped me of all my money. But she did something that was very valuable to me that night that really helped my career, because I was of the mindset of they hated me, let's get the fuck out of here. And she was like, no, you can't leave. Because we were sitting in the middle of the room. It wasn't like we were way in the back and just slip out the exit door. No, we were in the middle. Everybody would have saw me with my tail between my legs leaving. And she said, no, you got to stick it out. So Robin came, ripped me a new asshole, and then he mercifully finally brought up another comedian, and then I was able to leave. And then once it got dark, then I was able to slip and crawl out of the room. But that was a valuable lesson that because I know you probably have some fledgling comedians. Pick your spots. Don't try to get too far ahead of yourself, because if you're not mentally ready for that, it'll just set you back way
Right,
further.
man. You be ready to jump off a fucking cliff or something.
What's the old line? Slash your wrist.
Slash, cut, kill yourself.
I know comics.
yourself.
I know comics that would have retired instantly after
Man.
that.
Well, my first experience was similar to that, but it was in Long Beach, and Ricky Harris had the room, and I've been going down there, man, let me up, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh wow.
Cedric the Entertainer. So he goes up. No, he tells me that I'm Cedric the Entertainer. I'm like, what? So I go up. I ripped it the first
cool.
time up. Yeah, I had a good set. And so I was like, I really got this shit. I really like this,
Right, I can do this.
And like, yeah.
This ain't shit.
No. But I've had some of those crickets, and it's like, because when you first start doing comedy, a lot of people don't know that you just don't walk up on stage and do comedy.
Right.
Even though people think it, because we make it look so easy. When you go up on stage, it's like, oh,
Once you're
I'm
good.
bagging on somebody. I'm there. No.
Once you're good. Once you've been through a number of boos, because I appreciate every audience that ever booed me in the early stage, and not right now. If y'all pull that shit now, fuck you. But every audience in the early stages, I appreciate, because it teaches you what not to do.
And it gives you a sense of humbleness.
Yeah. Whenever you think
you get real cocky when you get them
God.
2 or 3 good sets of mine.
Don't get a standing ovation. You think you're the king of the world.
Man.
And then an audience in a little club, and I've been to them lately, will bring you right down and let you know, we ain't feeling it,
baby.
Maybe you'll get a Kennedy Honor Award one day, brother, but we ain't feeling you here tonight. None of the 12 of us like
And
you.
we'll let you know, all 12 of them.
Yeah, as 11 of us walk out. The only sucker that's left, he just
till I get through.
the only sucker that's left is the one that just ordered a drink. And you ain't. Hey, he'll put up with your bullshit, but he's gonna have his drink.
Like, I know a lot of times comedians will try to save their best stuff to the last, but I tell a many comedian, because I began to teach comedy. I feel like I'm in a position now that I can tell you a little something about it.
Right.
And I used to, try to mentor people and all that, but I found out that when you mentor people for free, they don't appreciate as much.
You can't. I used to try that. I used to do it for free, and then when you charge people a reasonable rate, even if it's a very minimal rate, they still expect you to pull a TV show out of your ass for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm helping. I'm saving you time. Okay, fuck it.
Because
Just go to your goddamn bringer then.
When I came into the game, nobody told me nothing. I didn't know that I was a prop comedian. I didn't know my style. I didn't know there were different styles. I didn't know how to write a joke. I thought every week I had to write a new joke. I had to have a new set every time I come to the stage.
Right.
I didn't know shit.
And
I was going to the comedy clubs, paying to get in, to watch, And I was like, oh, hell no. This ain't working.
And nobody offers advice.
Nobody. And then you don't get paid. Like, I didn't know that. I'm thinking, comedians, they getting paid. So I was like, and I got to come up with a scheme. And that's when I came up with my stripping tipping thing. And,
smart. Which is smart. Because some places don't pay. It's funny. I did the Comedy Act Theater. And Pierre, yes, I mentioned your name. Pierre is the one that told me, he said, man, because we were working the same weekend. He said, so, we're working the same weekend, we're probably getting the same money. I said, money? Money? There's money involved? He said, yeah, man, we get paid at the end of the weekend. It's like, nobody ever told me that. And it's like, you got to know, and you got to ask, otherwise they ain't going to pay you. So I asked, and they looked like, who gave you the secret password?
Okay.
Who the hell told you there's money? And it's just like, okay, we'll pay you. Like, don't go running your mouth, getting loud and telling everybody else. So I went ahead, and at the end of the night, it's like, okay, I want my money. And it's like, all right, well, come on. And so she takes me, this is Michael Williams' sister, Sharon. I love this story, Sharon. So she takes me, she says, okay, so she comes out of the booth where they collect the tickets, takes me outside to the back alley, because there used to be an alley behind the Comedy Act Theater.
To pay.
Took me to the back alley. And it was dark. There wasn't no lights on, and all that. And she looked around like this is some Watergate shit. And peeled off 320s, balled it up, handed it to me, and said, "Don't tell nobody I did this." and walked away. And walked away. I heard doo-doo-doo-doo,
More than the Comedy Store or any of the, what is that, the Improv?
Yeah, the Improv.
We're going to take a quick break because we're going to come back and keep talking. Take us to a break and we're going to come right back because we got a lot more to talk about. Yeah, y'all.
In so many ways I can please.
What was that? I didn't get it. That was terrible.
What commercial was that?
That's what I'm trying to see. What is that with that one? I mean, like really, blah, 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 blah. Anyway.
It's the new generation.
New generation.
The commercials ain't gotta make no sense.
They don't gotta make sense. Anyway, let's talk about this.
Well, you know what? I want to jump back before we do that. I just want to jump back. We were talking about mentoring comedians. I have a book called How to Be Funny, which because I had tried to mentor comedians, dozens of them.
You've written dozens of books on how to be funny?
No, I've mentored dozens of comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them actually good. Some of them wouldn't listen to a damn thing I had to say. So what I did was I wrote a book called How to Be Funny, and it covers pretty much a lot of stuff we've talked about. Of course, how to deal with hecklers, how to treat comedy as a job, pick your spots, how to play the different mediums, because a lot of people think just because you can do stand-up that you can act, not necessarily. That you can write, not necessarily. So you have to learn the different aspects of being a comedian. And also, like you pointed out, nobody told you were a prop comic.
No,
and in this book, it will ask you certain questions where it will identify to you what type of comedian you should be, or what type of comedian you are.
Right,
not what you should be. Because even if you're starting, if you're a physical person and you go on stage and you make a lot of faces and all that, you're a physical comic. That's what you need to study. You don't need to study somebody like a Paul Mooney if you're a physical comic. You need to somebody who's doing the physicality. If you are like a Paul Mooney and you're a verbal, politically, socially conscious comic, that's the road you need to go down. You don't need to be doing a whole lot of antics on stage until you've mastered one of the other aspects. So the book I've had professionals, as a matter of fact, I had the Mooney twins pick it up and tell me it's great for even 20-year veteran comedians. Because it does more than, it's not just for beginners, it's for the intermediate as well as advanced comedians. So anybody out there who's thinking about doing comedy, pick up How to Be Funny by D. Miller Todd, Daryl Littleton, my slave name, the landlord's name. Yeah.
Well, you covered a lot of topics because, one thing I thought that was really interesting was about, like me, I didn't understand the different. I didn't even know there was different styles of comedy, and so I couldn't remember my jokes. I just had a real problem remembering the jokes. So I started looking for props. My mom said, "Well, find something to remind you of it, just on a whim. Find something to remind you of it." And I was like, "What?" And it just snapped, just like that. The first prop I found was at some crazy place. It was 3 titties.
I remember that. I remember that. Man, that was fun.
Oh my God! I wish I could resurrect them 3 titties.
Yeah, that was funny.
And what I love about my style now, after 20 years in the game, I've learned that you don't have to be all the way blue.
Right.
Even though these are my mentors, I love the blue side. And this guy, he kept telling me, Yvette, I got a lot of work for you, but you can't cuss, you can't use profanity, you can't do this, you can't. I said, I can do clean comedy. He said, hey, come on my show and do clean comedy. Challenge of my life. So the first time I went, I took a bar of soap.
Oh, that's funny.
I said, wash up my jokes. I'll do it next time. I'm like, clean comedy. It was the most challenge of my life because everybody that knows me, I don't cut no.
Right.
I mean, it's like bam.
Never learned to stutter. I know what you mean.
Man, I couldn't wait to cuss. Like, I mean, I grew up seeing my mom cuss, my grandmama cuss. My grandmama tell you, my grandmama suck my dick. Well, grandma, where you with?
You ain't even got one, grandmama.
One. So I'm just saying that I cut my teeth on my parents, my mom. My mom was a big cuss, and now all of a sudden she don't want to cuss no more. I said, look, you
too old to cuss.
No. I said, look here, let me tell you something. You did your fair share of cussing when you was growing up. I'm gonna do mine.
Yeah, got to get it in.
Man, I told her, I said,
that's why I waited to become an adult.
And my mom, she would be so embarrassed when she come to my show when I first started. She would just look around. And I said, well, Mom, you know, that was one of my jokes. I said, well, look, you like when we go to Cancun? You like that trip we went to London? Oh, this comedy paid for that.
Yeah, so all of a sudden it's good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I'm cussing. I'm working, Mom. I'm working. Fuck, I'm working, Mom. I'm at work. This is some bullshit. I'm at work, Mom. She's like, because, you know, I don't cuss in front of my mom. When I'm working, that's a different thing. I wish I could.
Well, she came to your job. That's all.
Right, that's my job, Mama. You can't trip. So one time she told me, she said, you know what? I get a joy out of when I see your comedy. She said, when I look around the room and see everybody else laughing, and she said, I don't even listen to that shit you saying. Oh, but you can say you ain't listen to my shit. I can't cuss.
But she's watching the audience.
But she's looking at the audience. She said that just brings her so much joy to see all the other people laughing and just really, you know.
Well, you're lucky your mother even comes to your shows. My mother has, I don't know how many shows I've done, 6,000, 7,000. My mother has never been to one of my shows.
No way.
My daughter has been to my shows. My 25-year-old.
My dad and my mom.
My youngest daughter has been to one of my shows. She's only 5 years old. She's been to one. She didn't have a choice. You know, she had to come.
Oh, boy.
You know,
well, my mom and my dad both, they live back east, and so when they come out to visit, they have to go because ain't nobody gonna stay at home with you. What you mean?
Oh, okay.
You're going to the show. And my dad is a comedian in our family, so he was like, "Yeah, get up there and talk shit about me, and I'll come up there on stage and I'll back on you." I'm like, "Dad, I'm working. You can't be coming up on the stage."
And what are you gonna do? Outbag your daddy? So now you gotta take an L because your daddy
got shit on me that I can't even like. Right. They say you got secrets, can't leave Cancun. Right. My dad
can't let him on stage. He'll bust you out.
He will do it. My mom quite the opposite. She'll just sit there and like look at me as and say, bitch.
Well, my mother understands that she can't go to anything I do publicly because when I graduated from high school, I was in the band. And every year, Star Spangled Banner, they have a soloist come out of the band. So they had said the year I was supposed to do it, they said, because I was a senior, they said, well, we're not going to do it this year. And I went to the principal and I had this sorry story that I made up. And I said, I've been waiting for years to do this. Please don't take this opportunity away. I've been practicing the big solo for 4 years. And he said, all right, we're going to let you do it. And so what I did was I jazzed it up. So I completely obliterated the Star Spangled Banner. There was all kind of Miles Davis riffs in there and all that. And so the band leader stopped the band from backing me up. So I was just doing a solo. And finally they just shut the mic off. The vice principal comes up. Because we're on the field and everybody else is in the stands. Vice principal comes over and he says, that's it for you, buddy. You're out of here. You got to exit the field. And I said, well, what about the graduation? No, you ain't getting nothing. I said, look up in those stands. You see, I have relatives up there, and if you kick me off, you're going to have a riot because the vice principal was white. And he said, all right, well, okay, go ahead and take your seat with the rest of the class and all that. So the next day they made, because my daddy wanted to whoop their ass because they were talking about not giving me my diploma afterwards. You know, when you go to get your diploma,
a bit of it for a school dinner.
they hand you the folder thing when you get your diploma. They don't hand you the wrapped up thing with the a ribbon around it. They hand you the little folder. You open it up, your diploma's in it. Well, they handed me the little folder thing when they called my name, and I opened it up. There wasn't shit in there. Ooh. So my dad's like, let me see your diploma. It's like, there ain't shit in here. And it's like,
So they really wanted to keep your diploma because you fucked up the
Star Spangled Banner. They said, because my dad went with me because he was gangster. He was a man. I love that guy. So he went down with me and he said, well, where's the boy's diploma? And they're like, well, Mr. Littleton, we want him to come in tomorrow so we can talk to Daryl because we think he's going on the wrong path. What he did tonight was a poor demonstration of good citizenship and all that. And he said, just get the boy's goddamn diploma. I'll never forget the quote. And he said, well, Mr. Little, we don't have any problems because the principal, who was black and ended up embezzling from the school later. He ended up backing up, talking about, well, we don't want no problems, because my dad was like martial arts, and he worked for he had been in the Navy, worked for the state and all that. So he'd have fucked the principal up, and I was kind of like trying to egg him on. It's like, is he gonna let them talk shit to you like that, Daddy? And he's like, well, so I went the next day, and they talked the shit to me, and told me, if you keep this up, you'll never amount to anything in life. And I said, well, that's your opinion. And I probably won't be a principal or a vice principal, if that's what you mean. But anyway, can I get my goddamn diploma now, like my daddy said?
Pretty much.
And they just looked at me like, this little motherfucker. It's like, yeah. And there's nothing you can do to me because I'm a minor. If you fuck me up, then you'll go to prison, and I won't go anywhere.
Well, I want to talk about this CD.
Yeah, let's talk about Black
We got
and
my girl
Blue.
in the house. What's up, girl? Check in.
What's going on, everybody? It's Caramel Gray, a day with Caramel Gray.
Yeah, in the house. One of my fellow comedians, my fellow constituents.
Get all that clapping going.
Yeah, that part right there.
So much clap, you need a pill. Get that clapping going.
Lord, thank you. Hallelujah. Woo! So anyway,
Black and Blue.
Black and Blue.
The
I
Laugh
love
Records
the name of it. Just
collection.
the name of it.
Thank
Black
you.
and Blue. Tell us some of the artists that are featured on here.
Okay, this is a 4 CD box set I produced of the greatest comedians of the Triple X comedy party record era. If
Is
you
Mom's
like
Baby on
it
here?
raw, huh?
Is Mom's Baby on here?
No, Moms did not record with Laugh Records. Now, if you guys remember Laugh Records, LAFF, these are the people who, when your parents were at work, you would sneak home before they got back, and you'd listen to them. And you'd have your friends over and all that, and you had Red Fox and LaWanda Page. From some of y'all, that's Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son, who is the rawest, nastiest comedian. No, over Red, over all of them, over Dolomite,
love
over
her.
everybody.
I love
LaWanda Page threw it down. We have Marsha Warfield on here.
I remember Marsha.
We have the late great Ronaldo Ray. Ronaldo did, I think, 2 or 3 albums,
at
and
his memorial service. Rest in peace.
my God, because it's funny, when I first met Ronaldo, he used to always talk about that comic is doing the album, doing bits from my first album. It's like, I'm looking at an old man. I never knew you had an album,
Okay.
And I had known Ronaldo for years, and really, I figured, okay, yeah, you probably did an album or two back in your day, but no, he did albums with Laugh Records, and the covers there, and I forgot, it's The Rising of Ronaldo Ray, and man, he was funny. The thing about Ronaldo Ray was,
I can't believe I have this.
oh, it's great, because those are back in the day where people used to tell jokes. See, we do bits now. When people tell me, say a joke, it's like, okay, why the chicken cross the road? Niggas coming at him with a skillet of hot grease. All right, I'm done.
Hey,
I just gave you a joke, set up punchline joke. But we, in our modern era of comedy, do bits. We talk about slices of life for what's on our opinion and all that. We don't really do the set up punchline joke format. These are the last people that did that. And the great thing about Ronaldo was he did his theatrically. He used to he was an accomplished
Yes, he
actor. He
was.
had studied theater. He had been part of a theater troupe, a very reputable one back east for years, for ages actually. And so when you listen to his comedy, it's going to be different than Red. It's going to be different than Jimmy Thompson or Jim. It's going to be different than Wild Man Steve or who else we got on? We got Dap Sugar Willie Lynn from Good Times. My name is Lenny. And he was also a stand-up comedian named Dap Sugar Willie. All of them had great styles. All of them are funny as hell. But Ronaldo was different because he painted more of a visual picture.
Where can we get this at?
You can get that at funnylit.com, funnylit.com. You can also get it at iTunes. You can get it at amazon.com. I mentioned funnylit.com first because that's my website that has all my stuff on it. So you can not only get that, you can get my latest album, which is Too Raw for Mainstream. And that just came out last week.
Now, who is that?
That's me.
Raw for
That's
Mainstream.
Too Raw for Mainstream.
Wow.
I was working with Tracy Morgan one time, and
I love Tracy.
he shot that. Yeah, he's a great guy, and God bless him. I'm glad he's back. And he shot that at me. He said, D. Militant. This is like 2007. He said, D. Militant. Too Raw for Mainstream. He said it like, man, you could have been big, brother, but them white boys would scare your ass, and they were.
Because you go hard in the paint, too. I love it. I love it.
I got blackballed after the what was that? After the first riot Not the 65. No, the 92 riots. Yeah, Mitzi, sure. Well, I was around, but I wasn't doing comedy.
Wow. I'm just. And what about your book? You wrote a book about.
A bunch of stuff. I got 5 of them.
The one that I like most is the one about the comedians and the different
Black comedians on black comedy.
Yes.
That right now is my masterpiece. If I croak tomorrow, they put that on my tombstone, I'll be cool with that. That was a book that I had originally written a bunch of stories about comics in the comedy boom, and all the publishers liked it.
I was so mad because I knew you. I remember when you were doing it, and I was like...
And I was going around to all the comedy clubs.
You don't know me. I want to be in there.
And I had so many... well, here's the deal. I approached 200 comedians to do it, and only 125 did it. I had appointments with certain people, and I won't say their name because I won't embarrass you. With certain people, and then they would miss the appointment or not make the call or not be there when I called. And so I had to keep moving because I had a deadline of 7 months, and that book is 323 pages. I was working 10 to 16-hour days. I was drinking 5 Red Bulls per day minimum.
We don't drink Red Bulls over here. We drink
I know you drink Pit Bull.
That's who's sponsored this
But
show.
this was 10 years ago.
Okay.
This was back in 2005. So that's why I can be forgiven because Red Bull just started that whole thing. And it's like, I didn't drink coffee. So I was knocking out Red Bulls, and I wasn't doing anything else. I mean, when I was on the toilet, I was right. That's how, from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed, it was constantly on the book. I don't even know if I had sex in that 7 months.
Damn.
Yeah, my hand might have been happy, but I don't think I had a woman during that time. I might have been stroking, thinking about, oh man, on page 12, I need to, I'm doing edits constantly.
How did you compile it? I mean, what was how did you get the comedians? I know, because I remember when you were doing it. Like I said, I was kind of new to the game. And
Spanky Hayes was the first comedian I interviewed for the book. And I know Tyrese isn't no big Spanky Hayes fan, but I interviewed Spanky, and Spanky was working for Nick Cannon at the time on Wild 'N Out, so I got Nick, while I was down there doing Spanky, and because I knew Nick anyway. But
I met Nick last year on America's Got Talent. I did it last year.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Nice guy in the world.
Yes, he is a sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, I knew him when he was like 16 years old. He was cool then, and I saw him later, and he was still cool. So that's nice because some people aren't. But I remember I called a particular comedian who was a friend of mine and who I had written for television. And I said, I'm doing this book. And it's like, well, unfortunately, I have to have you talk to my manager. And the manager's like, well, who have you gotten so far? And it's like, so I got Spanky Hayes. And I started naming a couple other people. And she said, well, when you get somebody important, then you call us back. And so I ended up getting Dick Gregory.
Wow.
And that was like the big fish. Because I realized, because I was getting a lot of my peers and people who I knew was getting ready to blow up or were going to blow up, because that's what I was telling the publisher. You may not know these people now. Well, we just want the big names, Daryl. And I said, all 13 of them? Really? That's all you want in this book that's going to be so massive, 13 interviews? Because you guys don't really know that many goddamn black comics. Trust me. And so a lot of the people who I had gotten in the book, like in early stages, like they didn't know who Cat Williams was. Wow. And so he's in the book. They didn't know who the fuck Kevin Hart was. Kevin Hart is so prominent in that book from 2005 because Soul Plane bombed so bad. And then his TV show bombed so bad. See, some of y'all young folks don't remember this.
Yeah.
Kevin was on a thread. They was looking at Kevin like, nah, next. And so I went to Kevin and I said, dude, I like what you're doing because you write your stuff, you produce your stuff, you act in your stuff. You're the Renaissance man, and that is the future of comedy. You're going to have to go back to the old days of entertainment. You're going to have to do more than just one thing. And so I interviewed him. He's the last person covered in the book. Wow. And 10 years later, he's the biggest thing in comedy. Wow. So I'm pretty proud of me and Miss Cleo hooking up. Yeah. Giving me that dope info about future.
Call me now if you need the future. Call me now.
Oh man, she was hilarious with her Jersey accent, trying to sound Jamaican.
Oh man, it's funny.
Call me now. Sounded Irish.
Up sometime. Call me now. ahead, call me now.
Call here for
call
what?
me now.
You hear a sex line and then you hear Miss Cleo talking about call me now. No, not for that. I ain't on a chat, none of that stuff.
We got Miss Carmel Gray in the house, man.
Yes.
She's sitting there chilling like a villain.
Enjoying it.
Man, I mean, this is
Legend. It's amazing.
Man, this is like one of the legends
Is
in the
legend,
game. I'm
yes.
talking about like been putting it down for a long time. Like I said, when I first started, I didn't know nothing. I was just like going to rooms and looking and pulling out props and shit, and everybody started talking about me. It was like my style was so different, nobody understood, and they was like, "Oh, that bitch ain't funny without them props." So then I had to live up to that. Oh, that bitch can't do clean comedy. I mean, they were literally calling me a bitch. Like, I'm okay.
And that's the
Anyway.
thing. That's the thing. No, but that's the thing about comics. You have to go through a whole lot of bullshit with your peers. Forget the audience.
Yeah.
Believe it. The audience is easy. Once you learn how to do comedy, the audience is relatively easy. It's the shit you got to deal with your peers to get to that point where you realize,
Well, they even
I don't give a fuck about
accept you.
nothing. Right.
Like, me and Scruncho came up in the game together. I mean, like,
Okay.
certain ones of them, and then
I love that guy. I'll just put that out publicly. Scruncho's cool to me.
He came to my show about 2 weeks ago, and I mean, like, I'm talking about like people like him, like we came up together. So it's like, how are we gonna have a problem?
Right. The people that you started
They don't
with,
know.
you
They
usually
don't know you. Like they, because they get to like he's doing Mike Epps and some, other people like that. And I'm like, okay, cool, but hey,
why should we have any issues? Right.
yeah, we ain't got no issues.
Well, it's usually the older comics that were there, like maybe a half generation before you.
Right.
That want to put you through the same shit they had to go through.
No, I wasn't going because
When y'all talking about problems, what kind of problems are you talking about? Because I'm really new in the game. I've been doing it for a while, but I'm still new. What problems are you talking about?
Getting bad introductions. Like Louis Dix used to introduce me like I was probably the most terrible comedian in the world. And Joe Torre used to do the same thing. And I remember I individually confronted both of them, individually like in the bathroom. And it's like, I've lost fights, I've won fights, so I don't worry about all that. But
Right, that's not the
disrespect,
problem.
fuck the disrespect. And so they both broke it down to me that, dude, if you're going to be a comedian, fuck what we say. That's why we bring you up like that. Because, if we didn't think you could possibly be funny, we wouldn't give a fuck at all. So that's why it's like making your skin thicker. So if you can take a bad introduction and the audience is looking at you like, he ain't going to be that funny, and you go out there and you get them,
smash them.
that does better for you than if we say, oh, God,
Well,
be cool to this guy. He's just starting off, all this other bullshit. No, they throw you in the fire like, go ahead and burn up or get your ass out.
Yeah, what I would have a problem with, I have a cool set, and then I go up and do my thing, and then come back, thanks, sweetheart, and then somebody come up behind me, whoever the announcer is, then they start bagging on me. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
Who does that?
Yes, I had somebody do that to me. I come right behind me after doing a joke and say, well, I don't think, because I was talking about making sweet potato pies, and all my friends telling me the pie tastes like, what I call my girl Kuma Matata. And he gonna go up behind me talking about, well, sweet potato pie, I've never tasted sweet potato pie tasting like Kuma Matata. I'm like, who does that? Why would you go behind my joke and diminish my creative stuff?
Yes.
To try to make yourself look better. To try to make yourself look better in a lot of cases.
Right.
Some hosts,
And sometimes
it's like,
they don't have. Sometimes they don't have no jokes, so they got to do.
Yeah, they
Right.
gotta ride your shit.
Right,
Right on your
So,
win.
and they can't piggyback. Thank you. And they can't piggyback it with something funny. So then they try to downgrade what you did.
Right.
And don't worry about it. He's a
Our
comic.
sponsors.
Whoever did that is a comic. And there's a difference between a comic and a comedian. A comic just has jokes. That's all they're armed with. They don't have spontaneity. They can't ad lib worth a shit. So if it ain't part of their joke set, they ain't got nothing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's important to do that too as a comedian, a new comedian, because I know when I first started, I said just get a 5-minute set, get a 7-minute set, and I went up to 30-minute or whatever. But it's okay to have a set, but sometimes you can't work your set. Sometimes you might have to just like abandon it.
Yeah, completely.
And completely, like somebody in the audience heckling you or whatever, and you still trying to go through and do this. No, let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, and since you're new, let me give you
give her
real
this
good
stuff.
advice.
I'm listening.
Because you're going to do showcases, you're going to want to have industry come and see you and all that. Don't do them on Black Night. Do it on white night. That way you can actually do your set and your material that they're going to want to see. And I'm not saying you can't do black night, but if you do black night and something happens spontaneous and you get on and you get in the zone, you start ad-libbing, you're funny. The room loved you, but the people that came to see you, it's like, we can't do anything like that. We don't know what to do with her because we're used to seeing somebody do material so we can put them in a sitcom. So you've got to present to them like Roseanne, I'm a housewife, Tim Allen, I like tools, Jerry Seinfeld, I hate cereal, I'm stand-up comic. So you have to kind of give the industry how you want to be perceived by them because they don't know anything unless you tell them.
Okay. That's great advice.
And that's really good advice because we think, well, like, how you go to the hood spots and you going up there and you bagging and, cussing at people and all that. It's cool for that. And like you said, you kill for the audience, but like.
The industry don't care about that kind of stuff. Because they're not going to be able to put you on a show.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, they have special nights where they just have an industry show where the people there that's what they came for. They came
just to see you do an act. Yeah, your 5-minute clean, squeaky
act. Yeah, I know, like
act.
I was going to be on what's Byron Allen
Yeah,
show?
Comics Unleashed.
Yeah, and his mom, I think I saw you on there.
Yeah, I was on there. It was a fun show to do.
And so his mom was like, well, I don't know if we could, if you could do it because, you have the props and this and that. And I was like, well, what does that make any difference, Because
the props could be sitting right next to the couch, right next to you. Pull them up. It's even funnier to me because you're just pulling them up like, bam!
So anyway, so that was, and like you said, sometimes people make you feel like you want to abandon what, you know that that's your calling, that's what you got to do. So when you get no's like that, it's like, okay. Then I went to the Apollo, and I was like, oh my God, I got picked. I did the audition, and it was like, oh, you're going to get booed. As soon as you go out there, because they have West Coast, East Coast stuff, and as soon as you tell me from California, I said, okay, I'll tell them I'm from Kentucky.
Right, don't tell them. Exactly. Don't say
from the West Coast, because that's automatic boo. But anyway, I went, and I was like, couldn't sleep that night, and I did my shit, and didn't get booed, and Whoopi Goldberg, she took me up to her room, and to her dressing room, and she was like, I was stunned. I couldn't even talk. I was like, well, what do I need to do? She was like, go get some acting classes. She said, because you got it. You got what it takes. She said, I just want you to get some acting classes. So when it comes time to step over to the next level, you'll already be there.
Right. You won't be pushed out the door like, she's a comedian, but she ain't act. So next.
Right.
Because, see, it used to be a short line, so they couldn't really say next that much back in the day before the black comedy boom.
So now,
but once the comedy boom and they opened up the door to the hall, the line was so long, they could say next if you did one thing half unfunny. Next, who else you got? Back in the Richard Pryor Red Box, you can do it.
Long ago, I did I was supposed to be in that movie with Cat Williams and
which one? Internet dating?
Just did Bad Boys or whatever, American Bad Boy or American something.
American Hustle.
American Hustle? I don't know what it was, but anyway, they had a part on there, and the guy told me, he said, it's perfect for you. All you gotta do is come in and land it. I couldn't remember the damn lines. So now I'm like, now I know it's for sure that I gotta get those acting classes.
Yeah,
I
definitely
gotta stay strong in it. But anyway, jump in anytime.
But that's what I'm in the process of starting acting classes. But of course, I'm looking for free class because my rent is $1,599 out here in LA.
You hear that, fellas? You got this good-looking girl that needs help. Come on, help us, sugar daddies.
Okay. Yes,
that is a saccharine. Come on and help.
I'm taking applications for all me and named Jerome.
What
about Tyrone? What about Leroy?
My ex-husband named Tyrone. Hell with a Tyrone.
Didn't know.
He's gonna call that for 15 years. Hell, I can't stand that damn song.
Oh, no, that's not good. Well, you know what? Since you're into looking and everything, we got my girl, Crystal, who can tell you what's so damn sexy so you can stay up with what's going on in the sex world. Just keeping it sexy because I'm a grown-ass woman. I need to know every step of the way what's coming out because I don't want nobody introducing my dude to nothing. You hear me?
I know that's right.
You heard what I said?
Yes.
Talking about I eat the booty like groceries. Well, no, we ain't eating the booty like groceries, but I will buy the groceries. So I got my girl. She bought in some of her stuff. Tell us a little bit about what you doing, Crystal, and tell us about your store.
Hey, this is Crystal again from Fat Toys, adult boutique in Long Beach. FatToys.com. You can catch me on Twitter or on Instagram under Fat Toys and Facebook under Fat Toys.
Fat Toys, PHAT.
P-H-A-T.
Yes, PHAT.
Okay, today we're going to talk about Rockbox. Rockbox is a really powerful it's a power tool. Wow. Actually,
Rockbox, the pleasure power tool for men and women.
Men and women.
Oh, shoot.
This right here is the power.
Girl, that's like something you blow up the air bed.
Is it for one of them Bruce Jenner kind of men?
No.
Oh, okay.
It ain't.
It's not for Bruce.
Or Caitlyn.
But you know what though? Bruce still got dick and balls. So
Yeah, he's
this
still.
right here.
Oh, he
was
does.
And he talks like this.
So what had happened was
What had happened was, Bruce might like this too, cause this right here is the tongue. Okay. I got a video that I want to show you about this toy.
Yeah,
This
let's see
toy is so powerful.
How powerful is it?
Take it off.
Let me see.
It's so powerful.
That's the tongue?
Okay. Yes, this is the tongue. And this is
Like a cow's tongue.
And this is a toy that plugs into the wall.
plugs in the wall. I'd be
Plugs into the
scared.
wall. So it has about 500
Too far. You gotta stay close to the wall.
Just right.
500 RPM.
You doing mattress?
What about
Okay,
extension cord?
so you know that's probably a little stronger than your wash machine.
Good night.
On the strongest cycle.
Oh, Sheila.
Exactly.
So
You said it sound wall machine.
it sounds like a meat grinder.
Your wash machine. Can you show the video?
Show.
Show the meat
Sheila.
getting ground.
Good night.
This is the Rockbox 2 mains-powered unisex vibrator. It comes with two attachments, the Hot Chick for the girls and the Master Blaster for the guys. It's a mains-powered toy with an ergonomically designed handle. There are 6 different speeds, and the motor reaches 5,000 revs per minute. Always use plenty of water-based lube with this toy. Hi and welcome to Love Honey TV. I'm Anna Knight and right now we're taking a look at the Rockbox 2, a mains-powered unisex vibrator. Now before I tell you all about the toy, I want you to take a quick look at the packing. As you can see, it's fantastically designed. The box is industrial looking and looks a little like there might be a power tool inside it. So this is our Rockbox 2. There's 3 parts to the toy. We've got the main body and we've got 2 different attachments. The hot pink one is called the Hot Chick and for the girls, and the black one is for the guys, and that's called the Master Blaster. You can see it's ridged, which is fantastic for stimulating the penis. Now if you want to change the attachment, all you need to do is squeeze it at the bottom, give it a little push and it will slide off. Then do exactly the same but in reverse, and it will click into place. It's nice and secure. Now this isn't battery operated and you don't have to worry about charging it up because it's mains powered. So all you need to do is plug your 5-meter long cable into a power point, then plug the other end into the base of the toy. Now you'll notice the little hook here and that cable nice and secure. The controls are really easy to use. You've got this ergonomic handle here and on one side you've got a push button, on the other side a little button that you turn to increase or decrease the power. I'm going to have it about halfway to show you to start off with, so just press that button and it'll buzz into life. Now there's 6 different speeds to choose from. If I turn the scroll wheel, you can see it increase. Now that was at max speed and that has 5,000 revs per minute, which is around 5 times more powerful than average washing machine cycle. And as you can see, it's been designed to fit the natural curve of the female form. It's nice and flexible and it's made from skin safe TPE. Now, all I will say is that it's really, really important to use the correct type of lubricant. And with this toy, you'll need water-based lubricant. You'll also need to give the attachments a clean after each and every use. So remove them, then spritz them with some sex toy cleaner, give them a rinse and leave them to air dry. So if you fancy giving the Rockbox 2 mains-powered unisex vibrator a try, then all you need to do is pick yours up from Lovehoney today.
That's what I'm talking about. Pick it up from Fat Toy.
That toy.
How many weeks do I need to order is in advance?
I was waiting for her to demonstrate it.
Right away. Well,
No?
you're going to have to buy one to get that full demonstration.
That full
Well, no. I thought the little English white girl was going to demonstrate. That's why they tried to make it fancy. The English white girl to make it sound like, oh, it's nice and clean. It's wonderful.
I'm afraid of the Rockbox 2.
Well,
They should have got Puerto Rican to do
afraid
it.
of, but it's definitely a very powerful toy.
But who told her that men like to have their scrotum?
scratched.
Yeah.
Itch.
We got a male tech here. Hey, brother.
From experience.
Did you want to have your scrotum like, the scratched and?
You know what? You can't
I'm
say
messing
it
with you.
until you done tried it.
That's right.
All right, well, pass it over here, goddammit.
Don't knock it until you done
I'll try the
tried
shit
it.
right now.
Box Power 2.
Okay.
I'll pull it out.
I got another power too.
I ain't gonna be
Oh,
ashamed
wow.
of
It really looks like a
This
drill.
one right here, it is a drill.
It is a drill.
It's a drill, baby.
it. God dang. That works in prison.
This drill will hook up.
Oh, my goodness.
It will hook up to.
Oh, yeah, that's Bruce Jenner right there.
was in the house.
Now, that's some Clay Aiken shit right there.
With your see-through face.
There's Vaculock. Vaculock is a brand, a Doc Johnson brand. And any of the Vaculock penises will attach to this drill.
What?
Okay?
And different sizes, though.
In different sizes.
Oh, okay.
And this drill
I'll
is
have to
about,
take a picture.
Sometimes you just need some power behind your dick. You know what I mean?
Well, usually it's a human being, ain't it?
Well, sometimes.
I don't know.
Sometimes
I'm old school.
it's possible. Sometimes it's not.
That's a real drill, though. That's a real.
No, it is a real drill. For those of you who do not believe it,
Yes, because I'm a handy lady. I know what a drill looks like.
it is a real drill with a real
that's
fake
a real
dick on
power
it.
drill.
This is a real power drill. This is a real penis.
Yeah, well, not real.
so
It's real shaped.
But you know what though? Sometimes you need some power behind it. And sometimes your gentleman's
Can you pass that penis?
he just don't got enough power.
You can pass me to
his-
her. I don't really want to touch penis. I've only touched one.
Sometimes you need a power tool. That's got some real power. And you can use him to use your power tool.
Okay, so when your man busts the first time, he can break out the power tool. Okay, all right. While he's getting ready, eating cheese sandwiches, he can go ahead and power you down.
That's right.
This is a power drill.
Okay.
And come in. That's the baby. I think you're not.
Yeah, see, now, for the audience, you'll notice that all the women are gravitating towards the fake dick. The men here are staying seated while they are.
Focus on the
Yes.
drill.
Yeah.
Why is it?
But we're amazed at this drill.
Because you
You gotta have the power. You're right. You don't have no
It's
flint.
a power tool.
Do you have a power strap on?
With a
How
light.
heavy is it?
A light.
Too bad.
Where'd all these women come from?
A light
you,
penis.
you pull out a big ass dick.
want a light penis for
If
a
I'd
big
known that, I'd have
power
walked in the
tool.
room naked.
But I want to know. I mean, it's
And I'm bigger than that bullshit.
and let me feel this drink.
My wife wouldn't like it, but goddamn, I'm bigger than that bullshit. Mine is black. Anyway,
I don't know.
I probably can't stay as hard as that one though. It's long.
Really?
Because I'm a human.
18 volts.
I'm 44.
Yes. Well, you know what the thing is some
Do they have cock big enough for that
some
motherfucker?
people need more.
Yeah.
You know, and if your
I
man
think that's probably
finds-
what old boy was. What's the Odar Modem? What's his name?
Yeah.
He was in the brothel.
Yeah, he was trying
was
to
probably
deliver
trying to-
more. He was trying to
And
deliver
he didn't
more.
have it.
And he
What
didn't.
happened?
So he bought
See,
his
what
drill.
happened was he got high blood pressure, diabetes. That's what happened.
And then-
he ain't got no blood circulating in
And
his
those-
penis
and the
there.
guys
He ain't no
who
blood in
have
his
that
brain either.
issue,
He with a Kardashian.
Get you a power tool to work it out.
Wow.
And then then there's other things. You know, you were talking about.
I think a guy would be scared to scared to death if you came. Don't say what I was talking about.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Don't start blasting me.
Okay,
What was I talking
the reason
about?
why I say I'm afraid of those is because I'm celibate right now. I'm waiting on God to send me my husband, and that's real talk. But it's like if I use these things, and when God send him, I'll be so used to be pleasured by those things. It's like, how can I be stimulated by my real man that may have that power? It's like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to get
because I ain't
You
gonna
get a
lie.
robot. You get a robot. Nigga.
I understand what you're saying, but you have needs, right? Until this gentleman comes.
But what she's saying, what
So,
happened was,
what I'm saying is, if you have needs that need to be met while you waiting on somebody, take care of yourself, baby. Because we want you to be in a good mood when you do meet who God has for
Well, I
you.
do know how to take care of myself, but I don't use toys.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
do whatever you do.
Yeah,
whatever
whatever works.
And
but if you're doing it manually, it's the same thing.
No.
Legitimately, do these have power packs besides just having to plug them into the wall?
I mean, and this, if this is not there's other toys.
Okay.
There's toys that
right.
take batteries.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Toys that take batteries as small as watch size batteries.
Right.
I just happened today to bring in power tools.
Well, it's good to know there's stuff like this
because
out here.
Because there's some heavy duty pussies out there. That's why.
Well, let's talk about that in our last few minutes, because I want to know a little bit more about that.
With the last few minutes, you remember we talked about guys who had issues in actually being able to perform, and that you could probably break out a power tool. You probably scared them,
Right.
But we won't break out a power tool. This is for more advanced toy users.
Oh, I
okay, who have passed the
Advanced
little
toy users.
small dildo vibrator. This right here happens to be
I read what it said on the box. It said
erection
deluxe
assisted.
size matter erection assisted hollow silicone strap on with wide extra adjustable strap stability strap. Well, in other words, it's gonna get strapped on and it's gonna be stable, and adjustable strap fits most sizes.
Okay, this is
Still smooth and realistic, and it's a 6-inch shaft. That's what I like about it.
And it is black.
It ain't no really.
The man puts it in his penis.
This is
You
a
try it now.
hollow strap-on.
So when you say hollow, what that means?
Hollow means that it's a empty penis.
Ah.
It's empty up until probably about right here. And a gentleman who has either high blood pressure or diabetes, usually they have a problem getting an erection. So he can just
Or he's
he can
drunk.
just stuff his he got
Man,
dope dick or drunk dick, either one.
All right.
He can stuff
Spaghetti
his
dick.
dick into this. He can perform with his.
I know they're happy about that.
Oh, that is actually kind of cool. So you can just keep going and going and going and going and going, even though you've nutted.
Then you might
Okay.
you might get copy burn. I mean rubber burn.
No, you have to use lubrication.
You
I
use
already told you.
water-based lubrication.
Water-based lubrication.
So and then there's a this right here is an elastic strap so that it'll fit snugly on your body.
So he can feel kind of bitchy.
Ladies do that too, don't they?
What do they think of next?
Right. Well, you know what I've came up with? I've came up with my own orgasm tool. It's very, very simple. You just put on really nice jeans and put them on that's tight up on that clitoris. And baby, you just get moving around and you get a good one. Cause I was at a Bank of America the other day, had the right jeans on. I was like, ooh, yeah, Lord.
Lord, thank you. Hallelujah.
Just with some darn jeans on,
Let me
baby.
tell you.
Well, wait a minute. I need to ask you this. It says size matters. I know. Go ahead. I know what it was. But you said size matters. So does this mean it can go up sizes or bigger sizes?
Yes.
Or
8, 10, 12, however big you want to go. Now let me tell you.
what was that? What was that big power
This
one before
one-
we go?
This is
what
just
is
an
it?
8-inch.
That's
Just
damn. That is for
Just
Rhodes
8
Scholar gynecologist.
Just
Let me
8
give
inches.
you my message.
Listen, let me tell you.
I'm weak.
I want you to know, ladies, never let a pair of jeans put me out of business.
I'm sorry.
Okay? Okay? Trust me. It ain't nothing like this power. Wow. Okay?
Hey, look, I feel you.
I ain't been around this
Before we
many.
leave real quick,
Republican convention. God damn.
tell us where you gonna be and where can we find you?
Right. Twitter Twitter, you can get me at D_militant. Go to Twitter. Go to funnylit.com and you can find me there. And I'm doing everything. I'm blogging. You can get all my books, Black Comedians on Black Comedy, Pet Down. You can get How to Be Funny and 45 Comedians Laugh, Be a Lady. I'm D. Militant. So thanks for having me. And
my God.
I ain't been around this many dicks since the Republican convention, but goddamn it, it's a motherfucker.
Caramel Gray, tell us where you gonna be at. Where can we find you? How can we get hold of you?
Oh, I am on Twitter, Caramel Gray Entertainer. Gray is Grai. I'm on Instagram, same name. On Facebook, same name. I'll be at the J Spot knocking them out this Sunday doing clean comedy.
Good deal.
I am doing a fashion show this Saturday on Main Street, downtown Los Angeles. I'm bad with directions. Y'all from Alabama. Y'all forgive me.
Are ya?
It's a McDonald's on the corner, then you turn right down the street, then you go left. I'll be right down now.
Yeah. By the old oak tree.
In the country, baby. That's how we do it. That's
buddy.
how we do it.
Follow me. You'll find where my ass gonna be.
And I'm Yvette, the Funny Lady of Comedy. You can get me at thefunnylady.com or .com. And
.com, yes.
.com. And you can always find me on my Twitter. My Twitter.
Right there.
So anyway, and Tuesday night, every Tuesday, Marcus Street Bar and Grill. Oh my, great, so much fun. Tipping Tuesdays.
And the drinks are the
everybody
motherfucker.
tips, and we have a lot of fun. And then you can always catch me here, rmconair.com. RMC on air. The show is What's So Damn Funny and What's So Damn Sexy, and we keeping it funny up here. Take us out, Crystal. Tell us where we can get you at.
Visit us at fattoys.com. That's PHATTOYS.com. Or you can visit us in Long Beach at
In my city.
3314 East 7th Street, right off 7th.
Write it down.
Write it
And
down.
you can catch this
Read it on the bathroom wall.
That's right. You can catch this on. Tell us where we can get it at.
RMCOnAir.com.
After it goes
You can
off.
catch this on YouTube. Just type in RMC and this first show will be up there.
There you go.
And there you have it. That's what's so damn funny. Take us out with my damn Hell to the Now. That's my theme song.
Hell
Come on. Here we go. My name Bishop Bullwack from the first church, nothing but the truth. Deacon Clay, open the door, let him turn him loose. First, I want to thank God for the blood running warm in my veins. That's all right. Thank God for my life, health, and strength. I got a sound mind. I'm not insane. Come on. I ain't gonna preach too long. I ain't gonna take the service too far. My sermon is long. No. Come on. Hell no. To no. Hell no. To the no. Sister Elder, Sister Ruth, y'all just make sure that everybody get a seat. Sister let me go in the cause when it gets to who I need to eat. Fix me collard greens and cornbread and rice. Chicken breast, oxtails on the side. That's all right. You can bring, get my dark chocolate ready, cause when it gets through, I need to ride. Big Rob, count the money, come back, tell me what you raised. Got some people dead, but now God got to get the praise. Woo! There's an old saying, when the praise go up, the blessing coming down. Yeah, I got some people they still they're messing around. No, to the no, hell to the no, listen. In the church today hugging you, they claim that they love you to death. They do that, but time to get home, they on the telephone talking about it, can't stand your breath. Yeah, I got people in the church smoking weed, drinking whiskey, drinking vodka, all the gin. What you say? I got the preacher with the night prayer meeting. I get amen. Every Sunday morning, about a half in. I got some tigers, got some bulls, got some bulls coming in. Down the land at the altar, they fess in their sin. Come on, Bishop, I am Monday morning, doing the same thing again. Hell to the no, hell to the no, listen. I got kids dropping out of school, talking about they don't want to learn. Stand on the corner, roll down, start out to come on, let's burn. Do that. I got kids up and down the street, hands hanging down, about knees. Look at him, bow down, they're looking for a job. When I see him, I did it for these. That's what they see. All they ever talk about who got the biggest and the baddest gun. Tend to be the copper with the butt top, and they drop the body wanna run. Yeah, now the shit got him locked up, got him sitting in the county jail. What now? Heard the mama crying all night, can't get money for the bill. With the boys, cause I didn't put money in the commissary. Yeah, and be glad you in the jail, brother, cause you was sure headed for the cemetery. There's an old saying that a hard head make a soft behind. Yeah. Well, since you did the crime, go on new time, stop the baby crying. Come. Hell no, to the no, yeah, to the no.